do a Mars Corp fight review. It's gonna be fun. Lots of stuff happened. So first off, the battle of the other energy corps started in Thorgate. And so you have Factorum, which I like. It's good. It was like first fight on the tournament. But Tycho is kind of a beast. Like this ability to like draw cards. It's high-tech lab basically. Draw cards for energy, but like you get to dig. You only keep one, but who cares? You have immediate card draw, which is I think this is maybe one of the best corps in the game, to be honest. So it's definitely better than Factorum. Better design. I voted Factorum here because I think Factorum's design is quite smart. Like you can do your energy. But only if your production is 0 for free. So you can play power hungry cards basically, which is a good theme for a corporation. Or you can dig for steel cards, which is that's a bit annoying. I always say like in the physical tabletop game, digging for tags is an annoying ability to deal with. On digital it matters less. But it is annoying, but it kind of goes because a lot of power hungry cards are steel tags, right? So I think it's a well designed corp. I think it deserves to win this one. But Tycho is too broken, so I can't call that good design. I think it's too broken. I haven't played with it. I think I've only played with it once, and I won. But it's still, I think it's just too good. And then more fun. I think it's debatable, but Tycho is fun. It is a fun one to win with, to dig for cards. You can play combos, so it is fun. Factorum is good too, but yeah. I don't know. I get why Tycho won, I guess. I think I did vote for it on fun, so to me it should have won 2-1 instead of 3-2, but it was close enough. Not a lot of votes on this one. It's not the most interesting pair of corps, right? But moving on. So after that we had this non-contest called Point Luna versus Stormcraft. One of the rare 100% votes on which one is better for Point Luna, because it is Stormcraft. Better design, Stormcraft is garbage, Point Luna is great. Which one is more fun? Point Luna is super fun. Stormcraft is. I mean, it does have the Jovian and the floaters, which I like. It's just the combination with heat that doesn't work. So it's not the. It's just like you were so close to making an awesome corp, and you just turned it into heat. All those cool interactions that we have between floaters and Jovians in colonies, and you hadn't done heat, it would have been one of my favorites to play with, but it's just stupid. So anyway, yeah, Point Luna crushed it. It was easy. There's nothing much to say here. Moving on. Ecoline Tharsis. I was very happy that they ended up fighting because they were, to me, sort of like enemies on the base game. It's like the city versus the plant corp, and yeah, it's a ground game ball, like I said here. But what we had was Ecoline kind of like kicking Tharsis' ass because it won the better design by a long shot. I think they're both well designed, to be honest. I thought it would be more even, but I do think they're both well designed. It's a plant corp and it's a city corp, and they both function as such effectively, right? I think it's hard to vote on this one. I went for Tharsis, I think, just maybe my bias, but they're both very well designed. Which one's better? Tharsis did win, and I do agree with that. I think Ecoline can function on preludes plus base, maybe plus turmoil, because the greens are really good. Very well. If you add colonies or anything else, then Ecoline is just suffering. And I feel like on more player games, it gets the player count matters too, because Ecoline, if they start getting hate on plants, it's awful. That doesn't necessarily happen, but also at the same time on higher count, the game is faster, which is good for Ecoline. You also tend to get a bit more cities, which is good for Tharsis. So they both change with player count, but overall I think I would take Tharsis, and I think it also because it kind of counters Ecoline a little bit. Like, it's very easy to block with Tharsis and just break the ocean walks and steal some points from them. And then which one is more fun? This is the one I hard disagree with. Yeah, I don't like Ecoline. I do think Tharsis is not the most fun one. It's like a mid-tier fun, but I don't like Ecoline. It's like the one-trick pony. All they do is place greeneries, and they have to ocean walk, and that's it. And, I don't like Rush, I like Engine, so... Yeah, but people like Ecoline, so Ecoline, it was 2-1, but yeah, they're moving on. And we're moving on to Septem Helion. And for a second there, I remember when this started, Helion was winning all three, and I thought everyone was trolling me. Fortunately, maybe 25 people that vote are not enough to develop enough trolls. And Septem crushed Helion. It's obviously better. I've said it's one of the best corps in the game, and Helion is one of the weakest to me. But the economy here is undeniably better, and the wild tech. More fun. Septem is definitely more fun. Heat is boring as fuck. Helion is like, I might be too harsh on it on the fact that it's weak. I am not harsh in the fact that it's boring. Heat is boring as fuck. Sorry, Helion. And better design, again, Septem. It's beautiful design. Helion is a mistake in the ability is kind of like a drawback. Well, not really a drawback because it's flexibility, but you have to like hurt yourself. You have to turn a more valuable resource into a lesser resource, and that's just meh. So and Septem, you could argue because it's so good, that's a bit of poor design. Like maybe they're too powerful, but also like the flavor part where they're the secret guys who have a guy in every party, and if you infiltrated the government, you gotta give them points for that. So 3-0, fully crushed them. Happy for Septem. Moving on. Hey, this one was a bit surprising to me. I like Pristar more, but I didn't think it would crush MSI that way. Especially on better. MSI is pretty good. I like Pristar more. Like, I voted Pristar. I've been a big Pristar defender. I've done math videos on how awesome it is. I love Pristar. But MSI is pretty decent. So and because it's on Steam, I thought actually that it would get more of the benefit of the doubt. But it's like really, you run the 3 Venus cards. If you already have 2, you get great synergy. You start with lots of money, and the +/-2 can lead into some like very good cards like Sulfurating Bacteria and Stratospheric Birds dropping pretty early. So MSI is pretty good. I was shocked that it lost by this much. I think they're both fantastic design. MSI is just like the synergy corp with Venus, the best like go for a Venus game corp. But Pristar, I do think it's better. Like, I don't disagree with the way this ended. I love the like preservation kami theme. So yeah, and more fun. I do have to side with Pristar. So I agree with the 3-0. I'm a little shocked about the voting on the which one's better. Which I think it's 1 vote for Morningstar. But yeah, Pristar. It is more fun. Like, not terraforming is fun, although MSI can be fun. But yeah, moving on. Okay, the big upset of the round. Credicor actually got more votes. I think a few people have voted for Mons since here, but Credicor did get more votes overall, because like this one was by 1 vote, and which one is better, Credicor just crushed it. But Mons beats Credicor surprisingly. I did not expect that. Credicor is definitely one of the most popular corporations. To many people, like one of the best. Or like a top 3 corp, I think, to most people. And yeah, so it did win which one's better by like a mile. We got 36 votes, so that's a lot of votes here. Credicor won by a lot of votes. And then the fun one, Mons just took it by a vote, which is what won them the round. And Mons is fun. I do think it's not only it's fun to play it, it's fun to play against it. Like, the whole table becomes more fun when Mons is there. Credicor is fine, but like Mons is awesome. So I do think it's more fun. And then the better design, they're both well designed. Like, Credicor like gets money when you make big cash. So it's like the big credit card company, and Mons Insurance is a big insurance company. So it's like, big insurance against big big credit card, but and they're both very well designed the way they do it. But I do think Mons is a little better, like the fact that they just start with more cash and everyone starts with less, and then whenever a penalty happens, they have to pay that player. It just slightly wins in flavor, so I fully agree with the 2-1. I just didn't think people would agree with me. And it's like the first one where the loser gets more votes. So very happy for this one. But moving on, we had Valley Trust versus Phobolog, which was a non-event because Valley Trust crushed Phobolog. Valley Trust is gone 3-0 and 3-0 in both rounds. I think it's a very popular corp. It's definitely better. Like, I entirely agree with this. Valley Trust is much better than Phobolog. Phobolog's one of the worst corps in the game, so what can I say? Better design. I have to lean Phobolog in this one though. I do like Phobolog, the sort of glass cannony nature of it, although I have called it the glass BB gun. It just needs a bit more cash to like do what it does. But they're both, in my opinion, not the best design. I just do like what Phobolog is. I don't know what Valley Trust is supposed to be. You get a science discount with an earth tag and an extra prelude. It's like a random combination of good things, but still, like, is it supposed to be a science corp? Not really. It's very good at rush because the preludes are good for rush, and the earth tag is not really good for rush. So I don't know. Valley Trust is weird. I don't think it's well designed. I don't think it's bad either. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's just like three things that have nothing to do with each other mostly. So I don't know. And more fun, it's Phobolog. There's really not much for Valley Trust after you draw that through prelude, and I did a video on it. Well, I don't know, I haven't done the how to fix, but I did name it one of the most boring corps in the game to me. And it is. Like, you get a science discount, that's fine. It's like Chongqing that gets a steel tag discount, but one discount on its own is not super fun. The titanium being worth one more is more fun. I really can't explain why I feel this way, but I do. Phobolog creates a very different game. Valley Trust is just like, whenever I get science tag, I pay 2 less for it. You don't play around that. You're not gonna go like all in science just cause. You're gonna go all in science for the same reasons you go all in science, which is you got good science cards that require tags and enough tags to believe that you can make it, right? So that's why you got hard science, not because you're Valley Trust. So it doesn't create a fun game for me. It's just like a random bonus every now and then. But it did probably deserve to win. I think Phobolog's better designed and more fun, but I get it. It's Phobolog. I don't think Phobolog should be in the third round. Anyway, for the last one, we had another upset. Pharmacy Union is in the third round, and we're gonna look at the bracket in a second, and you're gonna see like, what the fuck is Pharmacy Union? It's all popular corps now, and I don't know what Pharmacy Union is doing there. It's not like it got like an easy path. We're gonna see that in the bracket, but it got through. Some corps are kind of popular. Utopia is definitely a corp people enjoy playing with. But let's talk about this match. Better design. I do like Pharmacy Union's design, but it's also a mess. It's very messy, very weird. Like, it feels like a fan corp for sure. Utopia is like reverse Robinson, so it's not the most exciting design, but I do think it creates like a very interesting dilemma of when to use the ability. Obviously, at the end of the game, it's a no-brainer, but in the middle of the game, how often do you like pop production to get something done that generation? I think that is interesting, so I think Utopia is interesting in that sense. Better, okay, Utopia won this one. I'm still not set on how good Pharmacy Union is if you don't flip immediately. If you flip immediately, it's obviously good, but that requires a lot of science. And your opponent not to have microbes, but like it can happen with like research and no more science tags. So it's not like also impossible, right? And starting with 5 TR is pretty good. But then Utopia starts with 2 production of the like both metas, which is like 5 production. It's like very good production to start with, and an ability that will give you cash at the end of the game, or a lot of titanium at least. So yeah, I I do think Utopia is probably better, and then more fun. I do like Pharmacy Union more, I think. So I don't disagree with the result. I'm just shocked that it's here. But yeah, Pharmacy Union. Yeah, if you get control of the microbes and science and you start just getting the TRs, it's lots of fun. Utopia is not that fun. Like I said, the decisions with it are interesting, but it's like one action or 2 actions in the whole game that are gonna be interesting. Other than that, it's just a decent corp, right? So yeah. Anyway, let's look at the bracket. So here's the bracket. Like I said, like if you look at what made it, Tycho Magnetics, one of the best corps in the game. Maybe not the most popular because it's not on Steam or Board Game Arena, but yeah, it's like insane ability. And it did get through Aphrodite and Factorum, which are also not the biggest bangers, but still. Point Luna, it just had to fight Stormcraft, but I expected Point Luna to get here anyway. Ecoline, one of the most popular corps, a base game corp. It beat 2 base game corps, so Ecoline has had a tough road and has made it good for it. Septem, again, I think it beat 2 popular-ish, like mid-tier popular corps, but Septem, again, one of the best corps in the game, so like these 3 are 3 of the best corps in the game. Then you have Pristar and Mons Insurance, maybe my 2 favorite designs in terms of flavor. So it's gonna be interesting. I don't even know what I'm voting for there. I have to make up my mind for which one's the better design, but I think it's gonna be close. And they're also good corps that play very differently to every corp in the game, so they're lots of fun. So yeah, I fully get why they're here. I'm a bit shocked that Credicor didn't make it, and also Pristar, probably one of the hardest paths through Vitor and Morningstar. Mons had Polyphemus and Credicor, but yeah, Credicor was tough, but Polyphemus is easy. But I think Pristar and Ecoline have had super hard paths here. But yeah, anyway, Septem, Tycho, yeah, those are the 2 hardest paths. And then Valitros, which I don't want to talk about the Aridor thing. I do get the Phobolog thing, but you guys are wrong on Aridor. And then I feel like it gets a gimme this round because Pharmacy Unit shouldn't be here. They beat Poseidon and Utopia Invest, but yeah, Valitros gets kind of a gimme here, and it's gonna make it to I think Valitros against Pristar or Mons could be interesting. But against Pharmacy, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 3-0. And yeah, once I do the next 8, I'll do another recap video. So it's going to be 2 for this round, and then probably only 1 for this round, because that's now it starts to get quick. But yeah, keep voting, guys. It's been lots of fun for me to run this. I know most of you, like, there's only like 20 or 30 people actually voting. I'm not sure how many are like actually invested, but I am having fun. And I hope you are too. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think, and see you next time.